Detroit Public Schools, the largest school district in the state, recently released a facilities review report that found it'll cost $500 million to upgrade school facilities to bring them up to current standards. But the state won't let the district borrow money for renovations. What help, if any, should come from Lansing for this problem?
When you look at the Detroit school system, I look at more than just traditional public schools, but also the charter school system. And it's a complicated issue because half of the students in Detroit attend charter schools, and that half that came from the traditional public school system have vacated those schools and taken their state money with them. And so now you have facilities, large facilities, that are not vacant, but the enrollment is very low. They have leaky roofs and so forth. And so I think that municipalities need to figure out how they're going to work with charter schools to be the best that they can be. What we see in the private sector is that when you have two businesses and they're competing, they get better. It gets cheaper. I have not seen that happen in the traditional public school system. It needs to happen. I believe that traditional public schools have a lot to offer. In fact, 4 of my kids attended a traditional public school at the same time that they were attending a parochial school. So they went to the traditional school for certain subjects that weren't offered at a parochial school. And so I think the traditional public schools, they have a tremendous amount to offer, not just in the languages, but in the sciences, physics and chemistry and sports and band and art and so forth, which are not offered in many charter schools or even parochial schools. And so there's a lot to offer, but I don't believe that Detroit Public Schools can maintain their large structure that they had before charter schools came into existence. What part should Lansing have in that? A supervisory role. I think that the majority of it should come from Detroit. How can we solve this issue? How can we become leaner, meaner, better teachers? After all, it's the parents who take their students away from the traditional public schools to other school systems.
But the question was about upgrading facilities, not whether traditional public schools or charter schools are better. To improve the quality in the traditional schools, we have to do something about the buildings, which are in bad shape. Should Lansing contribute at least something towards the physical upkeep of these buildings?
I wouldn't be opposed if Lansing made a small contribution, but it's not going to be a large enough contribution to revamp a crumbling infrastructure of the school system in Detroit. They're going to have to figure that out on their own, whether it's private sector dollars, whether it's federal dollars, those types of things.